Welcome to another edition of Smart Chat here on YouTube.com, live from Smart Chat's car. Anyway, wanted to do a quick video, and thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing. Leave your comments, send me an email, check out my other channel, the Tom Brand 1. It's funny, I have a video that I already made, just need to edit it, put it up. It's quite funny. There has, yesterday, after Raw, which was a snooze fest, quite honestly, won't do a Raw review, but I want to do the Stonecold podcast on the WWE Network. My thoughts. Stone Cold interviewed Vince Mcmahon. And Austin and Vince were very good. I felt Vince was Vince, no surprise really there. He answered honestly in the way that I thought that he would. It was simply a podcast conversation, and I like that. Vince had a few, I think, backhanded terms I feel that will be analyzed to death by the dirt sheets and people like myself. He buried the locker room in a way that only Vince can, in a Vince way, but it is no different than from day one that he owned the company. It's up to the wrestlers to get over, understood, but he also did not admit to the fact how tough he honestly makes it. I agree with Vince on Brock that it's back to old school thinking with special, attractions, which is what Brock Lesnar is. Overall, a good podcast. I feel WWE got a little bit too big for Vince and his work ethic that he can't even handle it. Also, it shows that he is missing, I think, great wrestling minds in his inner circle right now as we speak. There's really, for all these people that are on creative, I don't think there's really one go-to guy. Just a few more other things. Stone Cold Steve Austin, I could speak, I promise you. Stone Cold Steve Austin asked about Savage. Now, Vince said he will be in the Hall someday. I wish that Austin asked why Savage was on that shit list for so long. Maybe he still is. Thing about JR. Gotta admit, that was JR, stuff about JR was pretty great. I agree, if you're not a 24/7 live in Connecticut workaholic, then you're not on the Vince main brain trust team. Fault to no one, as quite honestly the list of Vince inner circle has had Patterson to JR and everyone else. But Stone Cold Steve Austin, I felt, was carrying the water for scoring JR a little. Just rubbed me the wrong way. Now, as far as Punk, Austin, Hogan, HBK, Brett, and all of them can say or do anything to Vince, but the door for a return is always open. That's Vince, I think, winning in the end every time. I give the devil his due in that regard. Vince always wins in the end with his talent. He has amazing ability to wait until they need him again. I do believe Vince did not listen to Punk's podcast. Vince got feedback, I think, but Vince sees himself above. But Vince sees himself above shit talk on himself. Probably accustomed to so many people talking bad that it didn't bother him, because, like I said, in the end, they all come back to him. Gotta admit, that's what happens. He downplayed a little how he did kill the territories off, but I agree they all did not fight back the way he fought off WCW. Stone Cold Steve Austin, I think in limited time, hit good topics. I like that they talked about Shane. Vince says he gives audience what they want. I think that's complete bullshit. I leave you on this point. Vince knows what we want. I truly believe that. It's rather he tells the sheep what to want, as we all know. Once again, a very interesting podcast. We'd like to know your thoughts. Also, I think interested to see in what Punk says in part 2 of his deal with Colt. But any negative Punk says will come off a little crybaby, as Vince did. Good job squashing the shit treatment of Punk with the old "I'm sorry" door open when you want to crawl back. Please, Vince. Let me know your thoughts. Until next time. Adios, over and out.